Hey everybody, Doug here from 2 Plus Tough. Started with a downward cam today. Sorry if you were expecting my mug. But I'm going to go ahead and start doing some more work on the putrid Blightkings that I have. So in our last stream, we built 10 of them. Okay, and I got them over here to the right. And then this morning, it was afternoon, I had a chance to swing by a craft store, Hobby Lobby, and grab a few supplies. And if you haven't seen them already, I got this huge bag of like little tiny micro shells, all different kinds of ocean, ocean creatures of all shapes and varieties, but they're all very, very tiny. And that is exciting to me, simply because I'm using them as conversions, stuff like that. They're going to be used a lot in the basing for a good portion of these guys. But I already did some fun stuff, and I'll hold it to the camera here. Of this guy here, where he had a big horn on his shoulder, like coming out of his armor. So I cut that off, put a shell there, and I kind of green stuffed some gunk holding it in. Something similar with this guy here, where I put basically a hermit crab shell on his back, because he's the slow plodding banner bearer. And I don't want to do too much of the shells on the Blightkings themselves, just because I don't want it to get repetitive. I want that to be like a cool, special, unique thing when it shows up. The shells are going to be a lot on the bases predominantly, and the characters will have some cool stuff too. So that's kind of where I'm going with that. But one thing I am going to do for every single Blightking, and I just decided this pretty recently, is I'm going to go back of the ones we built and add barnacles. I already did. It's very hard to show up, and I'll put it on Instagram, but it's just taking some basic sculpting tools, and basically you take a circular ball of green stuff, put it on the model, push straight down in so it makes kind of a donut, and then just kind of get crazy with the edges, and all of a sudden your donut turns into what looks like a super nasty barnacle. So this stream, I'm going to put these guys off to the side because they're all done. And I'm going to grab the other Blightkings that I've already finished yesterday and put barnacles on them somewhere. And the idea being is that I am going to have an army where every single model has something unique about it. You know, something you can't get at the store. So let me get these guys out of the way. Let me grab... I did it to one of these guys. Oh yeah, so he has some on the bell, so he's fine. He's got one big one on his chest, and these guys should all be ready. I just grabbed some sticky tack to hold them to their bases, but haven't gotten my roller in yet for my wooden things, which is fine. Oop. If it helps, I'm awake at night when he starts the streams. So yeah, get some green stuff. When I moved from the last apartment to this one, my green stuff, like I had that nice GW 3-part thing, and it got crushed, and so it's like constantly, I don't know, super gross. There's like stuff in there. I'm not quite sure what happened. So a lot of it's just kind of winging the mixture. Okay, so let's grab a knife thing. What is everyone else working on this fine evening? So I have these to add some barnacles to, and then I have, I think, 2 more Blightkings from this set right here. I'm on this set, the 3rd set that I have. I have 20 total, so this will finish up 15 of them. Hoping you finish your skull crusher. Sweet, sweet. I like the skull crushers. They're pretty cool. If I ever did a corn army, which I was very close to doing, skull crushers would be my jam. some of the green stuff. There's something in here. There we go. Excuse me. Cannot shake that. A little bit of cough. Let's see. Jack needs help convincing me to go to a tournament. Yeah, so my wife's out of town. She's visiting some family. And I can go to an event this Saturday, and I should just go. But it's the only thing that I would have to play is Iron Jaws, and I, like many people, just kind of in a weird place with that army because we know a book's coming. Oh, he's already got barnacles too. Okay, because I know the book's coming, so it kind of like knocks the wind out of playing it now. So working on my own Blightkings. Sweet. Ben's in the chat. What up, Ben? Yeah, so you take your little ball of green stuff, plop it on the armor, stab it in, get a nice, like, donut open. Man. I was totally fine before, and the second I turned the camera on, I'm like hacking and sneezing and coughing. Get one last in hurrah before the new books. That's a good point. Let's see. Dave, where are you putting the green stuff? Kind of everywhere. Like large armor plates is a big one. Basically, as I said before, I'm making barnacles because we're doing a sea theme. So any of those little sea anemones or anemones, or you guys ever watch Finding Nemo? A little joke in that. But yeah, just something to also just to make them a little bit different. So no place particular. Actually, let's grab some of this plastic. Let's see. Play Iron Jaws with Bone Splitter's allies. I don't think I even have a full unit of Bone Splitters. All I've painted. I could paint the Rogue Idol. That would get me easily up to 2K. Because I keep forgetting I have that guy. Let's see. Seize the opportunity. Even just to hang out with Jack and meet new cool people. Jack's not big news. It's whatever. Take it or leave it. No, I'm leaning towards yes. I got to think up a list. And also, I just realized that the day after the event, we have a big mini swap meet around here. I don't know if you guys have that in your area, where basically people come together and just like have a garage sale that's just about games and that kind of stuff. Let's see. Paul, how are you? Green from Poland. Sweet. I'm doing well, friend. A little bit of water here. Bang, got to show your name, sweet. There we go. Always wanted to have an army where I've converted or done something special to every single model. And I counted up my initial kind of like, it's not like the list I want to use like for events and stuff like that, but kind of my, you get like a good goalpost of like, I'd like to have this painted at some point, where it includes like basically everything I bought plus the maggotkin, the Blightkings that I already had. And yeah, so that's pretty exciting. If I do that, I only have to paint like 23 models because I'm doing the very elite Blight Cyst and all the stuff I already have painted. So, so I was like, you know what? If it's that few of models, let's take some time and make them exceptional. Is it raining? Oh, it's pouring outside. Okay, well, hopefully I don't lose power. That'd be a bummer. The Zombie Man question. Have you thought about using some KO stuff on your heroes for more pirate look? Like a grimy Arcanaut pistol on their hip or some sort of hook melee weapon? I hadn't looked too hard at that range, to be honest with you. When I got the KO, like all of it was already built, so I didn't get a chance to see what kind of bits they really have. But you know what? It's going to be an ongoing project, so I will look that up in the future. Thank you. Blightkings around the seashore with seaweed barnacles hanging off their armor is a great theme. Yeah, that's kind of the idea. I grabbed a few things at the Hobby Lobby, if you will, today. One of which was some scale modeler like tree leaves, but they're very gangly. Like I think it's for if you wanted to make like a weeping willow, like for a scale train thing. And so it's just the leaves and the branches and all that kind of stuff like that. The idea being that you would buy some tree models and you can, you know, decorate the leaves as you see fit kind of thing. Point is, I got the leaves separate, so they look really, really good for seaweed. Okay, he's done. Ben, better see at least one of these guys look like SpongeBob. I think there's probably a better chance of a Mr. Krabs than there is a SpongeBob. How about that? Or Patrick Star. I would do a Patrick Star. Yellow's too bold of a color. Looks like we got Aaron Bostian in the house. Sweet. Man, this is a celebrity show all of a sudden. I got the ops guy from Nova. I got Aaron Bostian, the narrative event dude. Who needs hard-hitting tactical advice? We got the cool people here. Let's see. My Warhammer Hero has arrived. cleaning a shower right now. Does that count? That's one. Oh, it's 2 a.m. in Poland. That's crazy. Are you gonna do seaside Blightkings? Do you have the starfish on the face? That's funny. I also have a deck sweeper gun. Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, with the KO. Yeah, there's some cool things in there. I'm thinking about it. I mean, I saw some of them. I'm not. I know that the guy I got my KO off of, he didn't use all of the bits, so I know that there must have been more. Because like I see on the GW site models, like there's like guns and holsters and that kind of stuff, and those aren't there. But okay. A little salty, I couldn't find any acrylic water at Hobby Lobby the other day. Oh, interesting. Maybe some intrepid train scale guy was just like, I need to make an ocean, and just grabbed like 9 bottles of it. Does Hobby Lobby in the US and Canada stock Vallejo and Citadel paints? They stock Vallejo. At least mine, all the ones near me do. Not Citadel. They're not really a game store. Yeah, they don't really do much for games. They also are a heavily like family and like, Christian-centered business, and so I don't think Heresy and the Purging of the Xenos is ever gonna end up in their shelves. Spain has done really well to get their product in Hobby Lobby then. Interesting. Building my first Puskoil Light Lord. Sweet. That's awesome. Oopa. Dropping dudes. I wish GW was a little bit more prominent in the US in terms of like other stores besides Games Workshop stores carrying their stuff. Or I should say more generic stores, right? Not game specific stores. There's plenty of those, but in Madrid we have a Molotov paint, chrome metal paint shirt. Yeah, okay, cool. Doug is quite when he builds. Sorry about that. I'll try and talk more. It's not so much the building, it's more the... I'm not super adept at using green stuff. It's not my normal jam. But I'm trying. I think it's turned out. I mean, like the little like barnacle things, they aren't hard. So what I'm gonna do is go to the Warhammer community page, pick a topic, chat about it. Oh yeah, Beastgrave, yeah. I'm pretty excited for Beastgrave, the new edition of Underworlds. You know, not so much because I am an Underworlds expert at all, but more because I think they're really great access points. The way that they've articulated how faction-specific cards and stuff like that are going to work in the future, it just sounds super appealing. That you can just grab a box and be like, yeah, I'm ready to play. Do you know anything about the Astra Militarum and the Pestis Scions as far as like a release? I know about like the armies. Were you asking me for information, or are you asking to like help me gain more understanding? I've always wanted some Tempestus Scions. Scions are amazing in Kill Team. If you ever get a chance to play them in Kill Team, they can be, because they're so cheap and they get so many good weapon options. You're ruthless in Kill Team. Yeah, dude. Get enough plasma and melta-guns. Absolutely. Any idea? Well, I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Any idea when the new Free People's book comes out? Nope. Nobody knows. They've been weirdly quiet about that in the Orc book. Let's see. If you have a missing part, sometimes you can use blue stuff to create a mold with boiling water and then use green stuff to create a new piece. I think I have somewhere, Coleman or not, had like a clear putty basically that you can reuse every time you boil it. Yeah, same concept. I'm sure it's the same material, it's just a different color. But pretty cool. Well, I guess it's a big coat, and I have one extra of them. May help you with your conversions for the captain. Well, these guys are significantly bigger, but I appreciate that. Let me try to take a look at him. But yeah, I know the model you're talking about with the big coat. Let's see. Speculation says Cities of Sigmar and War Clans will be available for pre-order this coming weekend. Right on. Oh, grabbed the wrong one. MFH, we have the exact same sculpting tool I use. This is part of a 4-pack that I got at Hobby Lobby, who I'm pretty sure just sources everything from cheap manufacturers in China. So it could very well be the same. It'd be cool if they came out that soon. Well, our music choice just took a strange acid trip turn. Dave about the Monsters and Mercenaries supplement for Warcry. Hope I made the right choice. I don't, I mean, as long as you don't like actively hate it, I don't see a wrong choice. Filming at Beat Grade goes on pre-order 22nd, so cities could be on pre-order 20th. It would be cool. Though if they announced that on this Saturday, I really would. I'd have no motivation to play the Iron Child. Like, no, I just want to sit around and watch Spiky Bits have terribly potato stock footage of photos of stuff. I need cities ASAP. Want to buy more stuff. Don't know what to be the best choice. Yeah, that's a weird thing. When all of a sudden, like, it's not that like people don't want to spend money on a thing. It's just like no. We just want to spend smart money. want to make my purchases matter, but it seems very hard to do all of a sudden. Yeah, the pre-release sets for Beast Cry have already gone out, so some folks are already showing pictures of them. I don't know. I always wonder. Like how Shadespire and Underworlds fits into kind of like their model design thing. I know they talked about it a few times. They make a model first and then they kind of like find a home for it. But I'm curious if the success of the game has shifted to be like, oh, actually, we should just like make, one-off models for a bunch of factions because people would love it. It's like, yeah, I'd buy some extra Blightkings. Hell yeah. Okay, come on. So then you get mob grots. No one can tell me they aren't coming back. I won't argue you. I'm not sure I agree, but I won't argue you. It's just after how like ludicrous of a fantasy world they've created. They seem very much like fantasy battle grots. I was just like, oh, they almost seem out of place now. Give them a new Mongolian look. Oh, that's true. That's true. They do look a little bit more covered in fur and feathers. Not feathers, but fur. I can get behind the more one-off idea. Yeah, that's kind of my thought. Is like I would love it if there was just that kind of design idea of like letting the creative team like just make stuff that looks cool and then doesn't have to have an army behind it. Although they did confirm that the Krenathi are a new force to enter the realm, so it makes it seem like it's going to be an army. Is there let's see. Watchmaster, what's up? How are you? I'm doing well. I'm just throwing some green stuff on some bros. Sometimes I go a little silent. Hey Hugh, I'm doing well. Hello Reamers, any tips and videos to watch learning the basics of playing AOS? What are some great people who have done tutorials on how to play AOS? Help Daniel out. Let's see. GW has their own tutorial thing with Becca Scott. Any more gaming does right? They did do a how to play thing. Wonder how FGW will treat Seraphon. I hope well. I want them to be, I don't know, I want them to be movers and shakers, involved with the main story again. Okay, cool. So that's all the stuff I already had. Just waiting for those sweet, sweet Blood Bowl Soulish Warrior. Yeah, they're pretty great, aren't they? Okay, and I think I have, like I said, 2 more dudes from this set. Sorry about that. I was just reading a message on my phone. Kept near me because making sure my wife landed safely. She did. Want to do an orc army with a ton of grot tanks? I think that would be so stinking funny. When I had my orcs, I was just seriously considering like how many grot tanks do I want to order, because they're such a fun little model. So we got 36 here. It is kind of interesting, the models that they choose to get rid of and the ones they choose to keep. It seems so inconsistent that I'm not sure I understand completely. That's alright, I don't have to. Let's see. I guess his moldware plays a part. Yeah, I know that they mentioned before. I think it was in one of the Warcry ones. Yeah, it would have been. No, it was for a Titanicus. That's what it was. The resin molds tend to wear out faster. And so it becomes a question of like, okay, like how long do we actually think we're going to keep this product going? And they have to kind of think about that. Because, I mean, they're thinking in terms of years, not just, immediate launch. And so, like, I know from what they said that it seems like the plastic molds instead of resin ones tend to last a lot longer. Currently kit bashing my own Zales. Sweet. Yeah, I do. I don't know. I like the idea of finally getting rid of all the fine cast stuff in the metals. I think that would be a big win, but yeah, having to get rid of all those units from battle tomes would be the worst. If possible. I don't know. Like, that's why I don't get myself hung up on rumors, right? Because it's just like, what is sitting here going to be anxious going to get me? It's like, nah, I got them now. I'm going to enjoy them while I have them. Maybe my Harbinger of Decay will one day not be a thing. Or you'll get a sick new sculpt. I'd be down for that. I don't know. I like the current sculpt. Actually, I take that back. Omniphage, on the note of how much they have to do to update Seraphon, it depends on how serious they are about getting rid of Finecast stuff, because a lot of their heroes are. And holding off on converting to Zales and Acolytes? Yeah. I get that. There's a Kickstarter there for some guy making custom Acolyte and Zales conversion bits. That's cool. I always get... I mean, it's fine. If he has Kickstarter, he's like, he probably knows the risks, whatever. What is he converting them out of? Like, what are the bits being attached to? Okay, so we got 44 and 45. Clan rats. Okay, man. I mean, talk about kits that are that aren't going anywhere. Storm vermin would be cool too. Uh, 40 and 41. I mean, I don't mind you linking stuff, but I don't think YouTube will let you. But go ahead and try. Most folks have reached out to me through the Discord to send me stuff. But yeah. I'm more into like Kickstarters that are like that, where it's like small batch projects, that kind of thing. I've never backed a big, like, we're changing the way that wargaming works with blarg 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 product. You know what I mean? Where they have all these grand ideas, and you're just like, you're not going to achieve that. You're going to fold. It's not me being cynical. It's because like their business plan is to just dump product instead of like make a meaningful business. Or not meaningful, sustainable. That's what I meant to say. Those Kickstarters don't work well because we all have rooms full of stuff. Not me. That's why I turn and burn armies so quickly. Ain't got room for all this nerd stuff. 46, 47. Paint their eyes and shoulders and trim. Are you doing like Primaris Marines, or are you doing the older ones? I had more trouble with the older ones. Primaris got a little bit better with the right brush. When you guys base your mini, do you do the trim in black or the Steel Legion drab? Actually, an interesting note on that one. So I was at the basing class with Duncan at Nova, and sorry, I'm looking for a part while I'm talking. And it was interesting because he mentioned it in passing and didn't expand because that class wasn't as educational as I kind of expected it to be. But he mentioned that for all their studio stuff, they do Steel Legion Drab. And I was like, what? I didn't ever notice that before. And it's true. And he said they don't like the black because it kind of takes you out of the miniature. Like, whereas the more like, I don't know, boring colors, you know, neutral, kind of don't steal away from the look of everything else. And so I've always done black as my rim color for my bases, but I don't know. I think on these guys I'm going to try brown just because I'll be painting. I'm going to have the wood plank bases, so I'll paint them brown anyway, so it's like not going to be a big deal. But I thought that was really interesting. I had never noticed that before. I'm also someone who really hates basing. And so I'm with the minority, but I tend to like models that have just solid black bases because they look the same no matter what surface they're on, and that kind of consistency I like. Oopa. That part was almost gone forever. Black rims, second. I've heard that GW customer service is pretty top notch. If you're missing parts from something, I think I missed the original post, but definitely reach out to them. Vince Ventrella is not a fan of Steel Legion Drab. Thinks that the flat base of the miniature is where the world ends. Well, that's dramatic. Yeah, I don't think I'm a fan of that color. I think like, so basically what I'm going to do for the bases is like prime them with a brown that I have and then kind of build the color up after that. And what I'm excited for about that is that like I can just keep the brown on the actual like rim, you know what I mean? Because I have the thing above it that's going to be fairly much the same color. It'll be a little bit lighter because I'll be doing highlights on the wood planks, but it's not going to be drastically different. Okay, and this guy. So I want to do something unique on every one of them, but I can't do it on the shield on this guy because I already did stuff on the shield on the other one. Let's see if I have a cool shell. We'll see if we can stick something to him. This guy would look really good. Next time I go to Nova, instead of pocket sand to attack people, I'm going to use pocket shells. Start talking to someone. Hey, you want to join Horus Heresy next year? Pocket shell. You just like throw a bunch of these little things at him face. can't wait for that incident. Yes. Make Ben file an incident report. Be in some court deposition. So can you describe the events that transpired? He threw a bunch of shells at my face. Was it premeditated? I mean, he called them pocket shells. Why else would he have pocket shells? That'd be amazing. And I'll just be like, you know what? My good friend Ben told me to do this, so I'm just doing what I'm told. Then there'll be a Spiky Bits article about me on their website. AOS YouTuber banned for life from Nova. There we go. Got sea cells in the man's eye. Yep. I'm sure that will be the outcome, is that I curse someone to talk like a pirate for the rest of their lives. Nothing else bad could happen. So I had a thought, how close are we to Legions of Nagash being cut? They were adding Deathlord stuff to Boyne Boys. Then what's left without a home? Night Haunt, Bone Boys, then Soul Blight. I mean, I don't think anything has to be cut. I mean, nothing necessitates that book going away other than the game just kind of evolving around it. It would be interesting, though, to see if they ever moved away from Legions of Nagash. And the reason I say that is because it would be interesting if they used that tactic for something like Seas of Sigmar. It's like, we have this battle tome, and everyone, you should use it because it's fun, and there's some really cool models. At the same time, like, we're going to work to make all the little sub-factions in there their own thing, but at a more comfortable pace for the company, but in a way that ensures everyone has, you know, a functional collection. So I'd be down for that. Plus, I don't find Legions of Nagash terribly fun. That's not true. I take that back. I find the army to be super fun. I don't think massive hordes of skeletons are fun. I think if more people played zombies, we would see some real positive love towards that book. You know, people wouldn't be like, ugh. Got some glue here. Okay. Alright, I like him. Give him a unique head by clipping off some of the horns of the antler or whatever like that. And then got the shell on the shoulder. Okay. Y'all give me 1 second, my cat's acting weird. Okay, sorry. My cat, like, it was very strange. Is why I got paused all of a sudden. He like bolted towards me and then like was like peeking out of my room that I'm in right now towards the actual door to the apartment, which is what he does when someone tries to get in the house. Like, you know, if my wife got fumbled with her keys or something like that, and so he gets a little scared. So I was like, is someone trying to break into my house right now? That's all. We're good. Doug is firing shots today. I'm in a mood. A moody mood. Which of these guys did I already build? The idea isn't to have like no duplicates per se, but as few as possible. Okay, we'll go with this guy. Okay. I want Direwolves added to Soul Blight. Yeah, I forgot about that. That they used to be, or did they used to be part of Soul Blight? I can't remember now. Oh, I'm thinking of the Flyer guys that aren't part of Flesh Eater Courts. Bargeists. Let's see. One solution is to give more of the power level to allegiance abilities, like how Slanesh stuff has super. Oh yeah, so breaking down what Legions in the Gash does more and more. Yeah, I totally. That'd be cool. 56. 105. Okay, Ben, where'd you order from? That'll at least give me a food genre to pick from. We're gonna play this game again. Let's see if I can guess what Ben's eating. It rhymes with mabob. Mabob. The restaurant or like the food? Did you order kebabs? I remember. Okay, sorry. I was asking for the type of food. I remember when we were at Nova, when you walk up a couple blocks and you're walking towards. Oh my gosh, I don't even know where I was. The whole time was a blur. Just to the block from the McDonald's, where the gas station on the corner is, where there's a Chinese restaurant, a 7-Eleven, and a gentleman's club, all in the same strip area. Right behind the corner, there is like this super dingy looking kebab restaurant, and I was like, I don't know how they get business. They get just looking so rough. And I know that they're rough for the restaurant, especially when it comes like to ethnic specific meals. It tends to be better and more authentic, but it did not look good. Want to know when GW plans on squatting all the death resin kits, and what's the future for Skeleton Warriors? Man, many people would like to know that. But I promise those answers aren't on this channel. Well, that's how it was in San Antonio too. Like if you walk into like a sit-down fancy Mexican dinner restaurant, leave. Why would you be there? Like go to the taco truck across the street. It's gonna taste so much better. And they don't even greet you. You just walk up and they go, ah. Two. Okay. They confirmed whether or not Skellies and Graveguard are an Ossiarch Bone Reapers. I have not heard much about the book, to be honest with you. How long for an airbrushed layer of Citadel paint to dry in Seattle this time of year? I wouldn't know. I never had an airbrush. Yeah, I also don't think... I don't foresee there being skeletons in that box. Not because I think that they're going away. I just think that they wanted to release something different. $65, $66... $66. Aha, right in front of my face. All right. I'm curious to see. I don't know. I mean, at some point, the skeleton kit will be retired. I'm just curious to see if they're going to replace it with like a duplicate, just with better sculpts, kind of like in the same vein as Warhammer Underworld's the Sepulchral Guard, or if they do something different, mix it up. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to start rumors or hype, but after seeing the Ossiarch dudes on 25s, I was like, that made me think for a hot second about their possibility of kind of reworking that thing, or reworking like how skeletons fit into things. How does this arm go? Look at this weird crab claw. There it is. I'm guessing they aren't. Ossiarch 25s. The most basic troop for the Ossiarch Bone Reapers. Not, I'll try to pull up a picture. Hold on one sec. No, I'm on the community page. Here. Come away with me. Okay, let's do this. Nope, that's the wrong Nova. Dang. Did they not tag this year's Nova at all? Oh, wait, dang it. It wasn't even working. Bone Reaper Nova. Okay, that didn't help at all. The problem is they don't... Is this it? Oh, there we go. Okay. That was surprisingly a pain in the butt. Yeah, so it would be... Yeah, those first guys. These dudes. They did have a dude on 25s. Because that was part of my thought process when I saw the preview during the show. I was like, oh yeah, I'm all in on these guys, because I'm not like a guy who's just like, I love Death Army stuff, and so if it was like elite and small and manageable size-wise, I would get into that. But then I saw them in the case, and they were much smaller than I expected. Now, I don't know if it's going to be like this, but these guys were significantly bigger. So, I mean, I'm sure there's a way to build an army predominantly built on those. And the horse guys, I didn't get a good look at their base size. Blightkings, yeah, the for sure, yeah, the Sepulchral Guard are some of their best work, especially when it comes to like death stuff. They look scary and imposing, but lively and dead at the same time. That's how you know you done good. When something can look simultaneously dead and you know, in motion and that kind of stuff. You gotta look up Sisters or Skeletons. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I already found a long way. Phoenix Guard are on 25s and they are elite. Yeah, it's true. It's true. I mean, being on a 25 doesn't mean that they're hordes per se, but I think in terms of like design space, when it comes to the way that the game scores right now with the number of models on an objective, it certainly, I don't know, because even with the elite units of Phoenix Guard, like, it's good to have bigger blocks of them, somewhat bigger blocks. You don't have to have like massive things, but 61. Where is this sword? Nah. Figure the zombie kit's never getting an update. Yeah, man. I was so excited for the idea of a new zombie kit when Legions was being like rumored. And Rapto, I don't know why they don't make that vampire pirate themed thing, because a lot of the monsters in that are unique designs, like the huge mud crab with the howdah and that kind of stuff. Like, you can absolutely make that their own, I think, very easily. And Lord knows they have mountains of concept art from what it takes to make those games. Let's make your list for Saturday. Okay, give me 1 sec. I have to glue this guy's shoulder pad on, and then he's done. And I'm done with the entire kit. So, what I'll do in the background here while that last piece is drying before I do the thing is pull up War Scroll Builder. Okay, we need to have 63 and 64. And 60. Have a good night, Ben. You enjoy yourself. Enjoy some Borderlands. I've never played Borderlands. I hear great things. Very inspired video about this project today. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I was hoping to get it out there. I wanted to get out there sooner rather than later because, you know, I've been working on it. So I didn't want it to be like old news. You know, everyone already knows what I'm doing in my plans before I start even touching stuff. I also would not mind if they changed it to most wounds capture an objective point, because I feel like that would give monsters some game again, you know? Anybody else miss monsters? Because then it would take, what, 13 clan rats to claim an objective from even just like a mana core. Pretty basic. My green stuff. Here we go. What models are you going to work on after Blightkings? Well, I have 5 more Blightkings. And for that, and then after that, I have to do my hero of the battalion, the Lord of Blights, because I'm doing the Blightsist. And then after that, I haven't decided yet. I'm kind of just riding the hobby train as it comes. Anything that looks cool, I'm jumping into it. Have not been this inspired on a project in some time, so I'm kind of excited. Okay. Did you end up... did you happen to get the Blight War box? No, I didn't, unfortunately. No, I never did. I did actually win an eBay auction this week for the... oh, what do you call it? The wheel that comes in that. For pretty cheap. Okay, let me move some stuff, make some room so I can kind of get comfortable on the computer here. All right. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw up what I have at my disposal, because I don't have a massive Iron Jaws collection. It's not crazy. And then once I put up everything we have, we can figure out what we want to do. I got a Mega Boss and a Maw Crusher. I got a Mega Boss. I got a War Chanter. Shaman. Behemoth. Okay. So with everything I got, this is the list. So pay attention, Jack. So I got a Mega Boss on Maw Crusher. I have an Orc Mega Boss, a War Chanter, Weird Knob Shaman. I have 30 Ard Boys painted and ready to go. And I have 10 Brutes, which can be broken up into 2 units of 5. And I have a Rogue Idol. I guess technically I do have the Gore Gruntas, but they would be a little bit more work than the Rogue Idol. So I do have 1 unit of 3 Gore Gruntas. And so what I'll do is I will set this to the side so I can see the chat on the right. So right now this all comes out to 1920. Check your phone, Doug. Well, what's the point of bothering me on a live stream? I'm just kidding. Let's see. All right, so let's duplicate, and I will build this. So we got a Mega Boss on Maw Crusher. That's a must. And he is not the general. Okay. The classic ethereal amulet. And the Mega Boss. And he's the general. Trait is Ironclad. Artifact is the Golden Tooth, which is my favorite artifact because it's Battle Shock immunity. Okay, so you had pretty much the same swath of heroes. Units. So we have Ard Boys, unit of 20. 5 Brutes. 3 Gore Gruntas. And the Rogue Idol. I'm missing something. Oh, the battalions. Nope. Gotta change back. Got the Iron Fist, which lets everybody move a little extra. And the Blood Tooths. Now, I'm not actually familiar with what the Blood Tooths do. Okay, so everybody, I'll pull the little quick jigger right there. Give me 1 sec, let me grab my GHB. Alright. Blood Tooths. Add 1 to run and charge rolls in this battalion. That's pretty sweet. Get to Realm Gate. Oh, this is the one. Yeah, I do not have a Realm Gate model. Jack, do you have a Realm Gate model? You can set up 1 Baleful Realm Gate terrain feature. Add 2 to the bravery characteristic of units from this battalion while there are any Baleful Realm Gate terrain features on the battlefield, which is convenient because you can't get rid of it. In addition, if there are any realm gates on the battlefield, each unit from this battalion counts as 2 for the purposes of the General's Mighty Wa. Interesting. Okay, so the dude on Maw Crusher has to be that guy, and he's the only one who gets to add 2 units for that. So that's important to know, so I don't get that wrong. And I get 1 more item as well. What do we got for items? Mogwai. Wait, how did we get to Iron Jaws? So Mogwai Man, basically, my goal for the year, instead of sticking with Beast of Chaos the entire year, I changed it to always have a fully painted army and then not sell it until I have my next one ready. And so the army that I have right now is Iron Jaws. That's the fully painted one that I have right now is my Iron Jaws. And so I'm holding onto that whilst I build my Magician. So that's the idea here. Golden Tooth on War Chanta, -3 Rend on Foot Megaboss. Yeah, but the Megaboss is going to be already being up there walking around messing stuff up. Let's see. Okay. Let's see what we got for Shyish. Spells of Shyish. Because I like the Ethereal Amulet on that dude. Okay, let's see if we can find something cool here. Jack, can you specify what's a great idea? The swapping of the 2 things? Add 1 to rune rolls. Man, Shyish weapons suck. I shouldn't say that, but all these things, they're all written with the old wording of the 6+, which I haven't looked at the realm artifacts in so long that I guess I just didn't realize that they were using outdated language. Interesting. Okay. What was that thing called that gives him all kinds of crazy awesome... Okay. So let's do that. Boom. There we go. All right. So that is it. 1990. I need a realm gate to make it happen. But by doing this, everybody gets at least +2 to charge because of the battalion and the natural Iron Jaws thing. The Ard boys are already getting +2 naturally. That's crazy. Yeah, that's nuts. Okay, cool. So we have... I'm worried, though, that it doesn't have a lot of hitting power. Like, what is it trying to do? If someone could... I guess the Rogue Idol, I forgot about him. he's a big mountain of meat. What's interesting about the Rogue Idol, if I'm not mistaken, he gives a bonus to casting as well. So that's huge. Because there's not... I mean, outside of having a ton of boys nearby, there's not a lot of ways to get +1 to casting for a lot of destruction stuff. Okay. Okay. What I like, though, is that it doesn't seem very convoluted, right? It doesn't seem very complicated. It just... I want to be teleporting boys whenever I can. It makes the Foot of Gort go off on a... What? 7 if I have the boys and the Rogue Idol near the near the wizard. That's crazy. I love it. Okay. I'll tell you what. Let me type it into my phone here. We will be all set. Jack, do you have any more thoughts on this one here? I know you're busy doing stuff. Also, does anyone else in the chat have any ideas? I mean, this is kind of... I'm sort of hampered by what I own, so this means that between now and Saturday, I have to crank out the Rogue Idol and the Gruntas, and I have to find a Realm Gate. Which I think my friends are all at Shu's house, and they can just steal one of his because he's on vacation. Because that's what friends do. We steal stuff from each other. We battle, fighting in Shaiish, or from Shaiish. Sweet. Okay, well, friends, that is exciting. So let me go ahead and type this out. The list looks wrong. Why does it look wrong? Like illegal? Go ahead and explain that a bit, Chaos Bun. One problem, you need 5 units for the Iron Fist to work. Your units can't be split enough to make it work. Thank you, everybody. So, Jack, the list won't work. We need 5 units. That is A-okay. This is why we do stuff live. Because I don't know what I'm doing. So let's see. Let's drop that one. Drop the Mega Boss on foot for another unit of Gruntas. I don't have any more Gruntas. So we'll drop that. That frees me up to do what? The Bloodtooth thing, was that cheap? Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I can get a command point, and I can do a whole bunch of more WA stuff. I don't really want to break up the Yard Boys. Thank you, Chaos Spawn, for catching that. I really do appreciate it, and all the other guys who saw it as well. There we go. Oh, and I gotta lose an artifact too because of that. Golden Tube. And then, okay. Okay. You have more brutes than boys. I have 10 brutes and I have 30 yard boys. Total is what I own. Okay. I feel good about this. This will be just fine. I'm not going there to win. I'm going there to hang out. So, what do we got? 20 dudes, 5, and 3. I just want to take the Rogue Idol out. No, not like, I just want to play with him. I mean, not out of the list. So, Alternatively, run Weird Fist. Nuke people with Foot of Gork. It's true. Hey Jack, locally, is there a lot of shooting besides you? I'm curious because if not, then we might be able to make that happen. Gorefist. Oh, the Gorgon test list. Yeah, I've seen that used. There's a guy, Evan, who runs it locally, and it's pretty cool. Especially with the old school version of oh my gosh, what was that mission called? Where you could burn your opponent's objectives. I can't think of it right now, but yeah, you could just breeze past them. Okay, well, you know what? This is a hobby stream. I'm pretty much done hobbying, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn off for the night. And thank you everyone, and thank you all for catching my mistake with the battalion thing. So anyway, hopefully I'll do better with Magickin. I just don't play Iron Jaws a lot or go to events. So anyway, I will catch you all later and hope to see you very, very soon. Might be painting, well, I mean, I might be painting tomorrow night because I need to crank out a Rogue Idol. So I will see you all later.